Hi guys, welcome to Get Real Life TV. This is where we talk about African culture, traditions, and religion. I thank you all for your support on this platform, both in cash and in kind. Please, for those of you who are new here, kindly click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe free of charge so that you don't miss anything on this platform. And the join button is for those who want to become my member, so you can become one of my members by making use of the join button. When you click the join button, you are going to see the categories, and all my members, I have you on my list and I do pray for you. For those of you who cannot join, I understand that you love what we do and you watch our videos, you like our videos. I as well pray for you all. Thank you very much. In this video, I want to share with you some information about when an Orisha chooses you. This very topic is inspired by the questions that I usually get through my WhatsApp and from the comment section. We know that an Orisha can choose you. So, and that is why we say when an Orisha chooses you. So let's get started. As you know, I love to use presentation to talk to you guys because I have done my research and I've put up some information that I've been showing you guys for you to understand me very, very perfectly. Let's get started. When an Orisha chooses you. So I want to share some insight with you about this topic. You all know who Orisha is. You know when we say Orisha. The example of our Orisha are Ogun, Obatala, Oshun, Yemoja, Olokun, and so on and so forth. So let's continue now. In the context of Yoruba traditional religion practices, it is believed that an Orisha may choose an individual to become their devotee or initiate. So, this is very straightforward to understand. Orisha can choose an individual. Orisha can choose you. It is believed that an Orisha may choose an individual to become their devotee or initiate. So, an Orisha can choose you to serve them. So in the context of Yoruba religion practices, it is believed that an Orisha may choose an individual to become their devotee. I think that is very straightforward to understand. So the process by which you are being chosen by an Orisha is referred to as being crowned or receiving the Orisha. So this process is commonly referred to as being crowned or receiving the Orisha. So when you are chosen by an Orisha, then we say you have been crowned by the Orisha or you receiving the Orisha. For instance, we have people who are chosen by Oshun. So it means that we say Oshun crowned you, Oshun has crowned you. So this process is referred to as being crowned. If it is Ifa, we say hand of Ifa. So how do you know when an Orisha chooses you? Let's continue. You are going to understand as we move forward. So the process of being chosen by an Orisha can occur through various means. Here we go now. So you want to know when an Orisha has chosen you. This can occur through various means, such as number 1, your dreams. Number 2, your visions, or through divination. Through divination, through the guidance of a knowledgeable priest or priestess. So when we say priest or priestess, it could be a Babalawo, that is Ifa priest, or Iyalawo, Ifa priestess. So they can carry out divination to know an Orisha that is choosing you. So the process of being chosen by an Orisha can occur through various means, such as dreams. So a lot of people normally see, for instance, water in their dreams. And it has been noted that this person or such a person could be a child of Oshun, or could be a child of Olokun, or could be a child of Yemoja. But if you want to really understand, you have to go through the guidance of a knowledgeable priest or priestesses and carry out divination to know this. And through your vision as well, if you are the type who is very observant, who is very deeply observant, you can as well see the vision. You can, the Orisha can appear to you, in your vision, apart from your dreams. So, and that's why we say the process of being chosen by an Orisha can occur through various means, such as dreams, visions, divination, or through the guidance of a knowledgeable priest or priestess. So there could be other way, but I just mentioned the few among several other means. Let's continue. So when an Orisha chooses an individual, it is believed that they have a special connection with that person and have chosen them to serve as their representative on earth. So when an Orisha chooses you, it is believed that you have a personal connection with the Orisha. So when we say personal connection, for instance, we have people who their mother happens to be a child of a particular Orisha. When such a mother is no more alive, then the daughter of that mother could be chosen by the same Orisha. And that's what this is talking about, special connection. And that special connection example is family lineage. Maybe your family, maybe for instance, we have people who are Ogun devotee in their family, but with time has passed by, that person disconnected himself or herself from that particular Orisha. So the Orisha can still trace back that person for the Orisha to choose him or her. So when an Orisha chooses an individual, when an Orisha chooses you, it is believed that you have a special connection with the Orisha and shows you to serve them, to serve the Orisha on earth. So when an Orisha chooses an individual, it is believed that they have a special connection with that person and have chosen them to serve as their representative on earth. Let's continue. Being chosen by an Orisha often involves undergoing specific rituals and ceremonies to initiate the individual into the Orisha's practice or priesthood. So I want you to understand that when an Orisha has chosen you and you have been confirmed that a particular Orisha is choosing you, so you have to undergo a specific rituals and ceremonies to be initiated into the Orisha priesthood or into the Orisha's practice. Being chosen by an Orisha often involves undergoing specific rituals and ceremonies to initiate the individual into the Orisha's practice or priesthood. So when you have been confirmed that an Orisha is choosing you, so it's not that you will just continue start to practice that Orisha priesthood. You don't do that. You have to undergo a specific rituals and ceremonies, with the help of those in the practice of that Orisha. You need to have like if it's Ifa, you have Babawo, we call it Babawo. You have to have your Babalawo who is going to initiate you. If it's Oshun, you have to have a Yeye that will initiate you, and carry out some ceremonies or carry out a ceremony to initiate you into the Orisha practice. So being chosen by an Orisha often involves undergoing specific rituals and ceremonies to initiate the individual into the Orisha practice or priesthood. Let's continue. So this ritual we are talking about, these rituals can vary depending on the specific Orisha and the religious tradition being followed. So what this is talking about is that, for instance, the initiation of Ifa is different from the initiation of Oshun or initiation of Ogun. So the ritual can vary depending on the specific Orisha. So the particular Orisha that is choosing you will determine the type of ritual that will be carried out for you. That is what that slide is talking about. Let's continue. So once an individual has been initiated and crowned by an Orisha, they are considered to have a lifelong spiritual commitment and responsibility to that Orisha. So when once an Orisha has been initiated, when you are now initiated into that Orisha, the Orisha has chosen you, you have been initiated, then when that Orisha has been initiated for you or crowned you, then you are now considered to have a lifelong spiritual commitment and responsibility to that Orisha. So the lifelong spiritual commitment that this is talking about is that if you have an Orisha at home, you have to feed the Orisha, you have to appease the Orisha. Feeding the Orisha means appeasement. You have to always appease the Orisha. You have to always take care of the Orisha. You have to always carry out festival like annual festival or ceremony for the Orisha. So no matter how small, you just have to always celebrate your Orisha annually. And that is what a lifelong spiritual commitment means. You have to be committed to the Orisha. You have to serve the Orisha. And responsibility to that Orisha. So they are considered to have a long life spiritual commitment and responsibility to that Orisha. So you don't just initiate an Orisha and keep it at home without giving such an Orisha food, without appeasing the Orisha. So these are what you need to learn. When you have been chosen by an Orisha, then you have to understand the appeasement materials for the Orisha, how to take care of the Orisha. You have to get close to those who are in the practice of the Orisha to help you, to teach you. You have to do your research on how to take care of your Orisha. And I'm very sure that when you do that, your Orisha will always talk to you, will always get close to you and guide you and, make you feel good in life. So let's continue. So when you are now initiated, when you have been initiated to that Orisha, then you become a devotee of the Orisha. So when you are initiated, when you are now initiated, the Orisha has chosen you and you have been initiated into the practice of the Orisha, then you become a devotee or priest or priestess of the Orisha. And you may now always participate in the annual festivals of such an Orisha. So they become a devotee. The day here is that those who are now initiated into the Orisha, they become a devotee or priestess of the Orisha and may participate in the annual festivals of such an Orisha. So you have to always try as much as possible to participate in the annual festival of such an Orisha. So it's either you participate in the general festival or you celebrate your own Orisha in your own little way. So let's continue. It is equally important to note that the process of being chosen by an Orisha is deeply personal and can vary among individuals. So the process is very personal. For instance, if you are chosen by a particular Orisha, your experience, during the course of being chosen may be different from another person that is being chosen by the same Orisha. And that is why it is very personal to you. So it is important to know that the process of being chosen by an Orisha is deeply personal. So it's very personal to you. You have to maintain that privacy. It's very, very important. It's not what you share with people unnecessarily. It's not what you share to those who are not even involved in the Orisha. Like there are some people now, because they don't keep this to themselves, they go to church, and before you know it, the pastor will say that they are possessed, that they want to cast out devil and all that. And behold, the problem will not solve until you are reunited with your Orisha. So it is important to know that the process of being chosen by an Orisha is deeply personal and can vary among individuals. So it's personal to you. So this is an advice. Please note that being chosen by an Orisha is a sacred and individual experience that should be taken seriously within the context of Yoruba traditional belief system. So it's a sacred experience. If you have been chosen by an Orisha, it's a sacred experience and you have to take it seriously. You don't have to uh, take it loosely, or you don't have to take it more seriously. I think you've heard that. You have to take it very seriously. So thank you guys. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. So when you are being chosen by an Orisha, you have to take it seriously, and believe you have gotten one or two information from this uh, video. So guys, I think I've been able to give you some information about when an Orisha chooses you. And in my next video, I'm going to come up with another topic that you are going to enjoy. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your love. I really appreciate your support, both in cash and in kind, on this platform. So don't forget, if you are new here, click the subscribe button down below to subscribe free of charge so that you don't miss anything on this channel. Thank you very much and get a better life.